Y'all, I'm gonna just have to hold the microphone. I don't know what to tell you. I cannot figure out these microphone issues for the life of me, and I don't want to rub it up against my shirt, rubbing it against my hair. I'm hitting it with my nails. Y'all in the comments talking about you can't hear, the audio's bad. I'm trying to figure it out, okay? And we're gonna get better. And you know what? Everybody who sat here and watched through me holding this microphone, when I got 100,000 subscribers and more, I'm gonna remember you. All right now. Hey y'all, it's Delaney and welcome back to the Delaney's Desk channel. Today I am going to be showing you guys some of the books that I have acquired over the past couple months. Not too many. I'm not including the two that I finished like last month or the month before and the one that I'm reading right now because those will get their own video. Let's start with a fun one and a book that's not for me. Let's go on safari. I got this book when I was in Kenya about a month ago. And it's for my nephew. Now, I did say I'll be buying him books and he be acting like he don't want to read and all that type of stuff. And I'm not want to waste my money. So if I give this to him and he feels like he don't want to be excited about it, I am not above keeping a children's book for myself. Also, I'm not a deadbeat auntie. I have seen him since I've been back. I have seen him. I just forgot to bring it. So, but it is super cute. I considered actually keeping it for myself, maybe even getting two, which is definitely a Delaney move. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it for the baby because, it is a children's book. It has a bunch of little activities to color, word puzzles, little factoids, drawings. It's really, really cute. And the more I look at it, the more I'm like, maybe he don't need this. But also, perhaps I don't deserve to keep it myself. I did not go on safari when I was in Kenya. I know for some people that's like, girl, what? You went all the way to Kenya, didn't go on safari? Hold on. Safaris just do not seem like something that I would ever want to do. I don't want to be near animals that I feel like I don't stand a chance against. And that's how I would feel on safari. Now, they were in like a closed vehicle, which I didn't remember. I guess my sister told me that. And if I had known that, I might have been a little bit more open to it. But honestly, they left at like 6 o'clock in the morning, like the second day we were there. So I enjoyed sleeping in while the rest of them was up early on safari. And I went to the elephant orphanage and I went to the giraffe center. So I saw plenty of animals, okay? It's okay. Next, I got this book called People Like Us by Jason Mott. I actually bought this book to read in Kenya. I didn't know exactly how much I was going to read while I was there, but I also knew that I was going to be on the plane for a really, really long time. I actually ended up being in the dark most of the time on the plane, and I just didn't care to turn the lights on and stuff like that. So I actually didn't read very much. I bought 3 books with me to Kenya. Two of them not in this video because one of them I already finished, and the other one I'm on the tail end of finishing and will definitely do a video about. But this one I actually never cracked open. To give you a little bit of insight, it says, in People Like Us, 2 black writers are trying to find peace and belonging in a world riven with gun violence. One is on a global book tour after a big prize win, the other is set to speak at a school that has suffered a tragedy. And as the author's storylines merge, truths and antics abound in equal measure. Characters drink booze out of an award trophy, menaces lurk in the shadows, tiny French cars putter around the countryside, handguns seem to hover in the air, people and their dreams endure against all odds. I don't even remember where I saw this book. I usually get my book recommendations from editorial lists, so probably there, or I saw it on Instagram. And I was really on the cusp about whether or not I wanted to get it because all that gun violence stuff, I was like, you know what, we got enough going on in the world. I live in America. I don't need to read about that in my free time. But there was just something about it. I felt like I'm not like a romance novel reader, but I'm not against reading about relationships and romance and stuff, but I kind of like them to be packaged in literary fiction. So I was like, you know what, that might give me like a little fix, and I felt like it was like just complicated sounding and sad enough for me to be drawn to it. Sorry, I don't like super sad books, but like I like a little, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it, like sad girl literature like that. But this is not that, but like, it scratched the itch. So I will let y'all know how I like this one. Actually, it might be a while because I think I pushed this one to the new year because I'm on the tail end of one right now. I want to read Twilight again for the fall, so that's next up. I have one more book that is a fiction book, but I want to read it because it is relevant to a video I'm making on my main channel, a video essay that needs to come out in January. So I have to read that one before the end of the year, and I want to read a Christmas book. I started doing that last year. So this one probably going to be pushed to the new year because I don't see myself finishing before the end of the year, but also last year I read like 5 books in the last 10 days of the year, something like that. I finished 5 books, but I hadn't started all of them. I started some of them, but I finished a lot of books in the last few days of the year. So maybe this one will make it in. We'll see. Y'all will know. Next, we have one of 2 impulse buys: African Americans in Los Angeles. If you know me from this channel, you might not know that I am a history nerd and I aspire to be even nerdier because my phone is rotting my brain and it is making my attention span dwindle away. So I want to get away from that and start reading more and indulging some of my intellectual interests more because like y'all know that feeling when like you be wanting to, but at the end of the day you just scrolling on your phone and laying in the bed and all that type of shit. Like, no, I'm trying to get away from that and really like become super knowledgeable about history. And I'm not one for local history usually, and I'm from LA, and I'm like, I don't know, like something about local history just does not call out to me, but I kind of want to know more about it. I want to find, like, uncover some sort of interest in it. So I got this book. This is by Dr. Karen L. Stanford and the Institute for Arts and Media at Cal State Northridge. It's also a part of what I believe is a series called Images of America, because that's like the title above the title. So actually, you know what? I shouldn't have even read that because now I want to look online and see what else they got. And I don't got no business knowing what else they got. But there's like a bunch of pictures in here of Black people in LA throughout the years. Of course, some civil rights figures, some famous people in here. And there is a rich history of Black people in LA. So I want to know more about it. Now let's get into a free book. We love a free book over here. This is Reading for a Living: How to Be a Professional Story Analyst for Film and Television. Now I am not looking for a career change. This is about the career of being a story analyst, but I felt like I wanted to get it because I wanted to know more about analyzing story, analyzing media and stuff like that. And it's not exactly that, but it is about like knowing what makes a good story and all that. And I feel like that could help me with video essay making. It could help me specifically on this channel when I'm analyzing media and stuff like that, because sometimes I feel like stuff just be happening at me and I don't got nothing to say. But then when I start to talk to somebody about it, then that kind of draws it out. So like I don't want to have to go through that hurdle. When I'm making videos and stuff, like I want to be able to unlock those observations on my own. And I feel like learning how to read a story for the sake of analysis would be something that would help me with that. And I didn't even know, I mean, I guess I knew this was a job, like, but I didn't know, because like a story analyst is like the person that reads the scripts and stuff before the execs do, so that they go through that sort of filter so that the execs don't have to read everything themselves rather, and then they recommend the scripts for them to actually read and see if they're going to make them. So if you see me getting better at these videos over time, this book may be the culprit. I can't wait to read it. Now, I will be honest with you, I've had trouble reading nonfiction books, which is crazy because like to this day the vast majority of my book collection is nonfiction. I used to have basically no fiction books at all, and that is what I learned in hindsight contributed to me not reading very much anymore. Like I used to be a huge reader when I was a kid, and then like over time, school and stress and all that sort of thing kind of made it dwindle away, my phone. And then I got really into nonfiction books because like I said, I'm really into history and stuff like that, but it does get to a point because my friend told me, she was like, so every time you read, you learn something? And I was like, I mean, yeah. But then I was like, you know what, maybe I should dip my toe in some fiction. I got nothing against it. And I read it and I was like, I felt the wind in my hair, the sun on my skin. I was like, why have I been doing this? Like, I love me a little fiction moment. Like, even if it's not, a super happy book or something, like, fiction is just that girl. Like, I just really can't believe I forgot about that. I used to read fiction, and now ooh, I can't tell you. Oh, I can't tell you the last time I read a nonfiction book. It was earlier this year. At the very, very beginning of the year, it carried over from last year, and it was boring as shit. Not like because it was nonfiction. It actually wasn't boring in the beginning, but after a while, it got to a fucking point. I was like, you have to wrap this up. I did a video on that book. You can watch it. I'll link it. It's not just on that book. It's on every book that I read in 2024. So there's lots of other stuff in that video as well if you want to watch it. Next, we have another impulse buy, and the thing about this book is that I knew from the second that I saw it, not in the store. I saw it like on Instagram or something like that. And I knew from the second I saw it, I had to get it and that I would get it. And then when I ran into it in the store, I was like, I think I had spent a lot of money that month, but I was like, I know I'm gonna get this book. Doesn't matter if I get it today or tomorrow or the next day or next month. Like, I'm going to get it. And y'all will understand. Fresh sets, contemporary nail art from around the world. Y'all see my nails, right? Like, I'm a nail girly down. I had to get this book. There's some nails on the back as well. And I just love nails, and I love extra nails. These are my Halloween nails for my the cosplay that I did. I was Killua from Hunter x Hunter. And yeah, I just love extra nails. Like, I always love a bright color, a design, extra long. Honestly, extra long is getting to be not long enough for me, but I'm trying to stamp that down because I don't want to have to add an extra nail tip on top of the full size nail tip. But I just love long nails and stuff like that. So this book is full of different designs, super abstract and artistic designs, and also some more cute, practical to me designs. May not be practical to you, but just regular stuff. But it's so beautiful, and I think people like underestimate how incredible nail art can be. Like, some of the stuff that people do on such a tiny canvas is like just amazing. And man, shout out to my nail tech, because sometimes I know I'll be stressing her out because I always got something up my sleeve that I'm trying to do. Also, stay tuned because TikTok asked to see this book, and I might do like a really thorough flip through of it on TikTok. So follow me on TikTok. So as I said before, I do love history, and one of my favorite history creators on YouTube is Intellectual Media, and she just came out with a couple of books of her own. This is her Lectual Does the 90s book, which is a companion to her Lectual Does the 90s series on YouTube that you should definitely go watch. Super in-depth. I think there are 6 episodes that she has on her channel right now. I think she is done. Like, she put out her last episode. They're super in-depth videos, big picture history, world history, women's history, black history, all types of different topics that are covered, and she turned them into a book. So of course I had to get a book, and I pre-ordered, and so I think my books are signed. Yes, it's signed. And I think one of the biggest differences in the book versus the YouTube videos, where it says too hot for YouTube, is that YouTube censors a lot of stuff. And a lot of fucked up stuff has happened throughout history, and some of it apparently goes against the YouTube guidelines. And I think some of it she might have to take out of her videos or go back and forth with YouTube about being able to monetize videos. So I think the book has some more uncensored details. Yeah, it says unbelievable facts, uncensored history, wild details. So very excited to read this. And this is honestly just like amazing. I would love to write a history book. Maybe I will one day. And Lectual Does the 90s was not the only series that she had on the 90s. She also was doing I Love the 90s, which were deep dives into some regional history, food history, true crime, and style in the 90s. And she turned that into a book of essays. So I got that as well. This is also a pre-order. They're out now. You don't have to pre-order them. You can just order them now. I pre-ordered them. And so this one is also signed. I believe I Love the 90s is only on Patreon at this time, although I believe she said she was going to release them on her YouTube channel at a later date. So if you want to see them now, you can join her Patreon. I'm on there, and that's how I saw them. And or you could just wait until she posts them on her main YouTube channel. I really liked the video that she did on LA regional history, and I was like, you know what, that's my town, and you know what, maybe that inspired me to buy that other book. But she also talked a lot about Moesha, which is of course a huge show in the 90s that dealt with Black life in LA. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. If you saw something that you liked or a book that you want to hear more about, just leave me a comment. I'd be happy to hear from you. These are my social media handles, including my main channel where I make video essays through a historical lens. You can follow me any of those places if you want. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon so that you get a notification every time I get off my butt and make a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.